So we're here now with the NASA scientist, Jacob Torres. Thank you very much, man, for being here.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you this so bad, because I know, like, what do you mean to all these people here, like all these Hispaniola people in the northern New Mexico community? How do you feel being a role model to them?
Oh, I think it's awesome to be. I don't know if I'm a role model to them, but I try to represent well. No matter where I go, I try to take home with me. And my point is that I try to influence my community even when I'm away from my community. And that would be one thing that I would love to share with the students, that they can do the same. They can leave here, but always represent and contribute to their community.
Oh, that's pretty amazing in my opinion, because sometimes we don't feel like that, but when you have like somebody to look up to, and like it makes so much easier, and like your like perspective of life and of everything, or your dreams just like get so much bigger and possible. So this is very important for this community. Also, I'd like to ask you, how is to work at NASA?
Oh, man. Working at NASA is awesome. This thing, I can't even explain to you. Every day my hair stands up on the way in, right? I can't believe, I wait for the day that they don't let me in the gates because the security guards are there, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get through. But every day they let me through. But you know what? Driving in to see Space Shuttle Atlantis every morning, coming in to see the Apollo rockets and all that stuff, and then realizing that I work here, it never gets lost on you. I've been there for a year now, and every day is like really exciting. So I love it. And then on top of it, I work with these incredible people. Not only are they like some of the smartest, most accomplished people in the world, they're so humble and welcoming. It's the one place where I finally came in where I actually feel at home. They welcome me in, and I feel just at home there as I do here. So it's wonderful to work there. Yeah.
This is nice. It's like one of the biggest organizations that everybody look up to, you know?
Right.
Like being from Brazil, I can tell, because like all over the world is looking at what NASA is doing. So
Sure.
be able to interview like a NASA scientist is just such an honor for me. So
Oh,
I'd like to
man.
thank you one more time.
Sure.
And like I'd like to ask you, what made you apply for that? Because like so many people, as I said, look for NASA like as something like so not attainable, you know?
Yeah,
Like what
sure.
made you like try to apply for it?
You know what? It's so funny. It all ties into my roots, right? Everything ties into
Yeah.
your roots. But when I was going to Fairview Elementary here in Espanola, my mom was my school teacher, actually. And well, that was the year that the Space Shuttle Challenger launched, and they had a a teacher on there, Krista McCulloch, and it blew up. All right, and so they were doing a big national thing to bring students together to watch that rocket launch, that space shuttle launch, and then it blew up in front of the students, and we had to like understand what happened, you know.
Yeah.
So ever since then, NASA has been on my radar. All right, I wanted to be an engineer who can try to prevent those kinds of things from happening. You know, so
yeah.
you know, I went through life and stuff, but I never thought that NASA would be a thing. But after I went to school, I realized that, wow, I have the education now. I almost got my master's degree. Why not apply for NASA? So I applied for an internship. When I applied for it, I expected never to hear anything from them ever again. I got a phone call, and we interviewed really well, and they brought me in. Once I got there, it went so good. They ultimately said, hey, would you like to stay? And I said yes. So before I graduated, before I finished my master's degree, I had a full-time position as a scientist at NASA. And so it was just really cool. And all I did was take the chance. That's all I did.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's nice. So everybody can see that, like, if you have a dream, just go for it, right?
Absolutely.
Just try. You're not gonna lose anything by trying, right?
Absolutely. What can you lose?
Yeah.
You can't lose anything, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I just tried.
Cool. So the last thing that I have to ask you is like, what does Northern mean to you, and how was Northern important to you or chasing your dream?
For sure. Cool. So you know what? Northern is the biggest key, the biggest piece of my trip. It has, at least through my education and my current career, because that's where I started. You know, before Northern, I hadn't done any college. I had a different career in restaurant industry. I had maximized my potential as a restaurant manager. Northern is what said that I can do more things, I'm not stuck doing what I'm doing, I can do other things. And then I did things at Northern that stick with me to this day as a scientist. My degree was in renewable energies, and we built a system that it was a passive solar water heating system. Well, that turns out to be something that's really important in an experiment that we're doing today. So everything that, to this day, I look at the experiments we do and I think about what I did at Northern, and it's such a corner piece of who I am and what I do as a scientist. It's amazing. So, yeah.
That's nice, man. Yo, thank you one more time for
Got it, man.
for the interview, and I really appreciate it. I really like what you're doing here, like inspiring people and bringing people together for a greater good. That's awesome, man.
Awesome. I'm excited to be here. I'm honored, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.